Hello, my name is Mrs. Han, and I'm going to be your science teacher this quarter or semester. Welcome. I'm excited to have you in my class, and I just wanted to go over a little bit of how the class is laid out, as well as the first assignment, which is in the course orientation. I'm going to be using diversity domination as my example, but all the course orientation assignments are the same. So if you're kind of confused what to do, I'm here to help you. So basically, you're going to be doing 4 or 5 things in this assignment, and then you're going to tell me, I've got it, and you're going to submit it on 2 papers. You're going to take a picture of 2 things, and you're going to submit it as one PDF. So let's go over what that's going to look like. Number 1, you're going to check to see if your course requires any lab materials you need to gather or order ahead of time. Not all of the courses have this, but some of them do. So you can look through. There's a link right here if you want to see it on a better screen. Then we've got our Meet the Class slideshow. This is actually something I really look forward to because I know there's so much more about you than just how well you did on a certain assignment. And I love to see some of your other interests. I love to kind of see what your thoughts are about being in this class. Anything else that you want to tell me about yourself. I really enjoy seeing that on the slideshow. I like to share a little bit about myself as well, since we don't really get to see each other in person. So I like using that slideshow as an opportunity for us to get to know each other and the other people in the class. Third, you're going to sign up for Remind Text. This is a great way for us to communicate quickly. Fourth, you're going to get Cami Editor, and this I'll show you in a minute, but when I post a PDF, it allows you to write on the PDF without having the format change on you, and without having to print it out as well, although you're welcome to print it out. Okay, and then finally, I'd like you to all have Adobe Scan or a similar app that allows you to scan multiple pages and then save it as a PDF and submit it as a PDF. So let me show you what that looks like. Here's the assignment. So when you've finished all the things on this page, you're going to write this on a piece of paper. You're going to say, I checked the lab materials, slideshow's done, Remind Text signed up, Cami I have, and Adobe Scan is added. Then you're going to take a picture of that paper that says this, and you're going to take a picture of anything else, your pet, favorite book, whatever. And you're going to save it as a PDF and submit it as a PDF. Okay, so here is one student's assignment. So here, if you look back, let's go back one. Okay, she submitted right here. It's 2 pages, but look at how it just shows up as one PDF. It's right here. So if I click on that, I can see that she wrote those 5 things. Okay, she wrote those 5 things, and then she took a picture of something else, and then she submitted that as one PDF. Okay, here is what it looks like when you don't submit it as one PDF. This person, not only are they not PDFs, they're JPEGs, and it's 1, 2, 3 pages, 3 separate submissions that I have to separately open and that you have to separately post. So that takes a lot more time, and it's a lot more confusing actually for me to grade it. So that's the assignment. If you are not sure how to do that scan into PDFs, you can watch this video. And real quick, let me show you. He's going to go over how he took pictures of his assignment, and then Once he's ready, so it's multiple pages, 2 pages. Once he's ready, he's gonna save it as a PDF, okay? And then he's gonna rename it. You don't have to rename it. I already know it's gonna be yours because you're submitting it under your PowerSchool. But once he's gonna rename it. And then you need to share it as a PDF. Okay, there's going to be options where you can share a link. I don't want a link, I want the actual PDF. So you need to share it by email to yourself. Okay, it could be email, it could be messaging if you have messaging on your computer, but you're basically going to share it as an email. You could share it to your drive, and then once it's on your computer, then you're going to submit it into PowerSchool. You're going to turn it in. Okay. As for Cami, let me show you what Cami looks like when it's on your computer. So the way that I set up most of the courses, and some of them are still in process, but I have a little pacing guide at the beginning, and usually 4 or 5 things listed for the week. Or if you're not doing it in a week, just in order. So, so number 1 is learning about evolution and discussing it, doing a discussion. So here, number 1 is also numbered here for number 1, so that you don't have to keep scrolling up and saying, is this what I'm supposed to be doing today? So number 1, you're doing evolution, and you're gonna answer these discussion questions. For number 2, right here, it's labeled number 2. Okay, so there's a reading, and a lot of courses there are readings, and there are some questions at the bottom that you can answer. So I actually rewrote the questions on this worksheet. If you want to use a Google Doc version, then you can just click on this and it'll automatically go to Google Doc, and you can answer it on that Google Doc version. You still need to save it as a PDF. So here I am in Google Doc. I'm going to make a copy. And I can go ahead and write my answers on this document. But when I finish, I'm going to go under File, and I'm going to export as a PDF. On the slow side, my computer. Okay, so right here, and it's going to go Download, and right here, PDF. Okay, and then I will take that PDF and I will submit that in PowerSchool. So that's one way you can go, but sometimes I don't give you a Google Doc version. Sometimes there is no Google Doc version and you just have to use the PDF version. So if I'm using the PDF version, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pop this out. And if you have a big enough screen, it's nice to kind of be able to do this where you can write on one side and then you can read the assignment on the other. So here's my other assignment, and I might go ahead and pop this out and then have half and half on the screen. But right now we're just going to look at how we do Cami. So it gives you the option, once you have Cami added to your computer, which you can watch, you can look at the post and see how to add it to your computer. It says you can annotate with Cami. It also gives you the option to open with Google Docs, but do not do this option because it will mess up the whole formatting. If you want to do Google Docs, then use the link that I post for you. And if I don't post a link, then don't do that. So here's Annotate with Cami, and this allows you to write right on your PDF. While that's opening, when you finish doing that, then you can submit this edited PDF. Okay, so this is what Cami looks like. And even if you don't have the upgraded version, you can still do enough. So here it says, here's the text box, and you can choose what color. I prefer the color I can see. Some people like to do yellow and things like that. That's just not visible. And a font that's big enough to read. So similar to this font or bigger, but don't go super small. So what is the idea of common descent? You can just go ahead and do the reading and start typing right on here. You know, common descent, etc. Okay, and you can change it to be bigger or smaller, things like that. You can delete it. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. But that's the great thing about Cami. And then um, you can go ahead and download it as a PDF, save it. I think printing also, you can have the option of going to a PDF and then submitting it that way. Okay, so it might take a little fiddling around for you the first couple weeks, and it might feel very frustrating. But once you are able to do use Cami and Adobe Scan, your life will be much easier. If you have any other questions, feel free to send me a remind. I can hop on a Zoom with you, and actually for my first office hours, which is going to be on Tuesday the 26th, I will definitely be there to help anyone who's having trouble, and I hope that you can attend that to get some help. Okay, I look forward to teaching you guys all, and I look forward to meeting you online.